What's up, everybody?
What's going on?
It's another NFC East show, and we are broadcasting live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Roku TV. And something new to mention, we have the NFC East show YouTube channel. So definitely we are broadcasting live on that as well. So definitely you can go right in and get the whole shebang. All 63 episodes in one spot. You can watch them one after another all day long, forever.
Making moves.
How's everybody doing today?
Oh, I missed you guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. I missed you guys.
Another week.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I know we missed last week. It was Memorial Day, and I was at a Phillies game, and I was like, yeah, it's a holiday. We're not doing this today. Sometimes it's hard to go running around to get. I had like a flag painted on my face, so I was not really running to try to get that all worked out. But we're back at it again.
Yes,
and it's interesting to me because as I was trying to set this all up, like, hey, we're going to be able to go and get. A Colts fan, because there's got to be Colts fans out there, right? Nope, they ain't. They ain't Colts fans. No Colts fans at all. I put out 3 different posts trying to get anybody from anyone of Colts Nation or whatever you want to call them, the Colt Trotters or whatever, you know what I mean?
Backyard.
And nobody.
So are you saying when Peyton left, so did they? Is that kind of what you're?
Yeah, I don't think that there's anybody that's even, I don't know if anybody in Indianapolis likes them. And since the Baltimore Colts are now the Baltimore Ravens, they're just like, I guess there's, somewhere somebody out there is liking the Colts. We just don't know who they are.
There's plenty of fans. We just got to find them. We'll get them on.
But anyways, I did, like I said, I still put out all their information because, they actually do have a team. And you know what I realized? That the Giants and the Washington Commanders suck against the Colts.
Yeah, I know for a fact Eli went 0-2 against his brother. I know that. So I know there's 2 losses there.
Well, you guys have only won 7 out of 19 times.
Oh, okay.
So, and most of those were early in I guess back when they were the Baltimore Colts. However,
now that I'm glad you brought that up too, because like the greatest game ever played, it was against the Baltimore Colts and the New York Football Giants, and just so you guys are aware, that game is what put NFL on the map as it is today. But I guess Dallas Cowboys is still the America's team.
You got that
Actually,
right.
do you know that the
Excuse
NFL,
me,
the
Glass.
first televised NFL football game was the Eagles?
What year?
I want to say it was like 1954.
So who the Eagles play against? I mean, were they playing themselves? I mean,
no. I think it was against the Chicago Cardinals.
and that was the very first televised game ever.
The very first 1954. I'm almost positive of that. I did a whole history thing about it, and the very first televised game was the Eagles, and to get into that game was 5 cents.
Well, yeah, that was a great thing. Them posting the Super Bowl the other day, the very first Super Bowl, those tickets.
How much were those tickets?
What were they, like $1?
Yeah, they were somewhere in the realm of $1.50.
Yeah, like, and that's
and there were empty seats too.
Oh yeah, there was.
It wasn't even a sold out crowd. And what the first sold out Super Bowl, was it the third one? I think it was the
That's the Jets.
Yeah, the Jets and the Baltimore Colts. I now don't quote me on that. I think that was because the second one wasn't sold out either.
Yeah,
that I was told. Oh, and ironically, the names of the games was the NFL World Championships. They weren't even called the Super Bowl.
No,
until
the
later.
Super Bowl came later, and Matt wanted to let you know that he was 0-3 all time.
Also,
that's just that big brother mentality that he had over his little brother.
Yeah, that he just he was like, yeah, I got you, little man.
Wait, Eli played Manning when he was with the Broncos?
Yeah.
And lost, by the way.
I don't Matt, I'm gonna have to do some digging, brother. I don't remember that. I'm gonna be honest. I know we beat the Broncos in 2017. But
he was no longer there.
No, he wasn't there because he left 2015. So
man,
so that means it would have been 2017, would have been 2013.
When did he leave the Colts?
I don't know.
I don't remember when he left. Anyway,
I could care less about.
Real quick, I just want to tag along what you were talking about Memorial Day. I too was preoccupied. I think. Hey, Chris, what's going on, man? I think it's good to take a moment.
We are international, by the way. So, and I don't mean to cut you off. I am going to cut you off here, and then I'm going to have you go back to your story here real quick.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Chris from Canada. I appreciate that. But I got a phone call from Mario a little while ago, and I wanted to know, True, if you knew that the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams will be playing a game in Sydney, Australia.
Yes, I heard about that.
Yep. We don't know when. I don't know when that is, but
2014, if I'm not mistaken.
2024.
2014. Jesus, we're talking about 2015.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that going down.
So he told me about that today. I actually have a note written, and he wasn't sure if he was going to come on or not, but I do have a note written: Cowboys versus Rams in Sydney, Australia. Because he gave me that, and I'm like, I wonder if he knows. I wonder if you found out about that.
No, I hadn't even heard about that.
And I'm wondering, since it's in 2024, start saving your money now, because I'm sure you'll go to that game. And I got to imagine that that's even a preseason game.
No, it would be.
Pork Ryan's in school. Everybody's asking where Pork Ryan's at. Pork Ryan's in school. He's learning.
Pork Ryan? Who? I don't know. I'm stop.
But
yeah, I had no idea about that game. So that'd be kind of awesome. I mean, if it's going to be an international game, I mean, that I could see them getting on the map with that game. I mean, being that we have to play the Rams this year at their home, So that'd be interesting. So that would put the NFC West back into play in 2 years, which is about right.
Well, yeah, but you're playing them because they were first.
Well, and 24.
Well, that's what I'm saying. No, we
Yeah.
played them last
First
year. We
for
played
this
them last
year. Yeah,
year,
correct.
so it's every 3 years for that. So 24 would make sense.
Yeah.
You're playing the Rams this year because they were first place.
Correct.
So
yeah, and let's go back to Sneaky because we got to talk about some contract negotiations today.
Well, no, it's just a good time to pause.
Oh yes, very much so.
You know, spend some time with the family. And just real quick, everybody was telling me, you know, because everybody knows I'm a vet, and Jamie, you are too. They were telling me thank you for, you know, for my service and enjoy your holiday. And I'm like, oh no, this holiday is for the ones. So Memorial Day is for the ones that have paid the ultimate sacrifice. Veterans Day is the day you buy me a beer. So, I just wanted to throw that out there.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah, I spend all day at the bar.
Big news today about old Aaron Donald, coming out of the Rams with that huge contract, 90 some $90 million between here and 2024. Not a bad gig, huh?
So 3 years, $30 million a year.
Yeah, 91 of it coming by 24.
Highest paid non-quarterback position in NFL history.
Yeah, $30 million a year. Yeah.
Now
fireworks better come out of his butt.
You know who led the charge on that? That it had to come from the head coach. He had to went right back to management and was like, "We need to make this happen. We need to make this happen."
Yeah, I could see that.
If it wasn't for Von Miller, they would have never have won that Super Bowl.
Correct. Yeah. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna say 30-some million for a 31-year-old lineman. I mean, the guy deserves what he gets, you know, payment wise, and all good. And you know, other teams need to take notice of what the Rams are doing. Just, you know, there's a way to find money. Teams are doing it, so you can't say that this cap space is hitting them. I mean, when you got the mindset of these NFL coaches, you got to go out there and win with the talent that you have, and these guys got the talent.
Yeah, but you watch these guys are going to have a hangover, a Super Bowl hangover.
I could see that. I can see that with the amount of capital that they gave up with the draft and the money and trading things away. I mean, nothing said about OBJ still, so it's going to be interesting what's going to be going forward.
Well, because this is his second, surgery. I don't think it's on the same knee, but this is second ACL in so many years. That's the only reason why there's a pause on re-signing.
I can see that.
Why bother even signing right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, why not wait until you could wait till the last week of the season to sign because you're a free agent. You can get picked up and go with a team that's going to win a ring. He's got his first ring. He could show up and get his ring whenever he feels like it because he ain't got nothing else to do. And then he can go and join any other team he wants to. And truth of the matter is that he's going to be a little rusty anyways. You know what I mean? It's not going to be real simple. He ain't going to come off of this injury and be like the best thing since sliced bread. But he could help out the right team at the right time.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing that kudos to him is, you know, I saw a post of him the other day with his new baby, and it put in perspective of what he's been going through, you know, and he is right about what he said. He thought football was life until he had that child, and all of us fathers know about that.
Yep.
So kudos to him.
So just so you were talking earlier about how there's all money and teams have the money and the salary cap and whatnot. So just so you know, 46 million of that is guaranteed.
Yeah.
25 million of that is signing bonuses, which brings his average salary to 31 million.
$25 million signing bonus.
I'm sorry, $45 million signing bonus.
45 or 25?
Well, it says 46.5. Signing bonus is 25 million. Oh, hold on. Let me read. Okay, Aaron Donald signed a 3-year, $95 million contract with the Los Angeles Rams. including a $25 million signing bonus. Then it says $95 million guaranteed. And the average annual salary is $31.66, blah, 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 blah. In 2022, Donald earned a base salary of 1.5 and a signing bonus of 25 million. Yeah, that's a pay raise. That's what you call a pay raise.
Yeah.
So I did not.
His
Of
base
course,
salary is only 1.5 million.
no. That was last year. That was 2020. No, I'm sorry. In 2022. Yeah, that was. No, that's this
21.
year. Well, it says in 2022, Aaron Donald will earn a base salary of 1.5, a signing bonus of 25 million, and the roster bonus of 5 million will carry into the cap hit of 24 million and a dead cap value of 73 million.
Wow. Those are large numbers. And regardless of the outcome of what he's making, I mean,
he's going to finish his career as a Ram, too.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that good. I mean, I know he's a good player. Let me rephrase that. Aaron Donaldson is a good player, but he ain't that good. He cannot win the Super Bowl by himself.
No man can.
And to give that type of money,
I don't know. LT did.
he beat Detroit by himself. That's what he did. He didn't win the Super Bowl by himself. He probably could have. No,
I see what you're saying, Philly, about Aaron Donald. He takes that coverage, he gets that 2-man, 3-man front on him, and it opens up for the other defensive players. Yeah, you're right. He just draws so much attention because of the size, how quick he is, everything else. And I don't know if you've seen his workout video.
Oh God,
of him and the knives. Have you seen Knives Edition? Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I have no interest in watching him with his knives.
No, it's not him. It's his opponent that has the knives, and he has to go block. I don't recommend it to anybody out there. Yeah,
okay.
It's pretty ridiculous.
I can imagine. So
now wait. We cannot go back. Okay, we can't go forward. I got to ask you. So you said you don't think he's that good.
Yes.
Now, is that just an opinion, or is that?
I don't. I mean, because
first of all, it's all subjective, right? I mean, not stats, but
everything is.
What makes you say Aaron Donald is not good?
No, I didn't say he's not good.
Oh, okay.
I can't say that he's not good.
I did not mean to put words in
your mouth. He's not $30 million a year that good.
Well, according to the Rams, he is.
Well, that you know what? And I hope that the Rams get stuck with that contract just like that, just like they're going to. You know what I mean?
So, Aaron Donald, 8-time Pro Bowl, 7-time All-Pro, Hall of Fame, all 2010 teams, 2014 all Defensive Rookie of the Year, 2014 Defensive Player of the Year, blah
blah blah blah blah. All that stuff is great, but he's also 31 years old. You ain't paying him for the Super Bowl he just won. You're paying him for the 3 years now. So, and that's the problem. He is not worth $31 million a year. Now, I'm not the one paying him, so I don't care.
Right.
But he ain't worth that much. There's nobody on the defensive line, offensive line, short of a quarterback, maybe. Short of a quarterback. And I don't think quarterbacks are even worth that much money. But they're getting it now, because everything's getting ridiculous.
Yeah. And I think the Rams see it as a game changing position for him. I think that's the only way I'm able to look at it, is that, does this guy change the game enough in our eyes to validate what we just pay him? And apparently it does.
So, but now you know what that means. I mean, so now if we're thinking about that in the right way, and the only reason why I say this is I'm bringing this up, Mr. Micah Parsons. How do you, if you're Micah Parsons, your eyes lit up with that contract.
Oh, of course, everybody's did
especially, but I don't believe that anybody else is really going to get that type of money or ask for that type of money and think that they can actually say that they deserve it.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons, I believe, could possibly do that.
Oh, yeah, with the Dallas Cowboys, of course.
Right. So,
I mean,
and
we look at
especially with as ridiculous money as they spend, the Cowboys, you know, I'd be saying right now, hey, listen, hey, you better start getting ready to send that, to sign them checks because I'm getting that money.
So to be fair, it is not fair to put Parsons in the same conversation as Aaron Donald. I'm sorry.
Yet. You're correct.
Well, I'm saying, like, look, he has to at least finish his rookie contract. To even put them in the same sentence, it's blasphemous. I'm going to be honest. I think
he's just
a good player. He has potential. Yes. Could it happen? Yes. But I think we need to.
He's going to be asking for $35 million is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
That you're talking about what he just said, that it's a game changing position for the Rams, that he is now. He needed the help. He couldn't win a Super Bowl on his own the first time. Yeah, in fact, they couldn't score a touchdown, so you can blame it maybe on the offense, but the defense did let up.
That's why they got rid of Goff, and the coach fell in love with Stafford. That's why they couldn't get a touchdown.
Right, but they also needed help, and they got Von Miller. Because Donald wasn't doing it by himself.
Well, let's not forget though, Donovan Masu. He was on that NFC Championship team as well.
Yeah.
Wasn't Talik the corner? I mean, there was that defense was stacked. Back in 2018? Was it? I think it was 2018.
Well, wasn't Sue on the Bucks?
He was on the Bucks as well. Yes, he finally won with the Bucks. Yes. But I'm telling you that defensive front was stacked. And not to take anything away from Von Miller. Von Miller made some plays. Don't get me wrong. But Darnold also, I think he had 2 sacks. I mean, he was in the running for the MVP of the Super Bowl. So, and all I'm saying is Parsons going to have his time, just not today. Just not today.
Oh, I know that it's coming. It's definitely coming. So, but anyways, that all being said, because there's no Colts fans, we're going to have to talk a little bit about the Colts. And I just wanted to say, when I did my research today, of course, the Colts didn't have a first-round pick. Thank you very much. Because and they
Carson Wentz deal.
Yeah, and then of course they wound up trading him for a third-round pick. So they were able to get 3 third-round picks this year. They had one second round, and 3 third-round picks. So, and I don't believe they have a first round next year either. I mean, for some reason, I feel like that they traded that away as well.
Wow.
And as I think about that, do the Rams have a first-round pick anywhere between now and 2029, 2030?
Yeah, probably not.
I feel like they traded every first-round pick that there was.
Yeah, there was that whole golf thing and everything else that fell after that.
So I think that they are, because I think they traded a first-round pick for Von Miller, didn't they?
Who? No.
No, he was in free agency.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. He got traded. They traded for him from Dallas or Denver. He was on the Denver Broncos, and they got him from them.
Wow.
I don't know. Free agent.
Regardless, I know the Rams don't have anywhere near the picks that anybody's getting. Oh, there you go. 26. Thanks, Gabe.
So
Foles is going to shine in India.
I'll be honest. There's my first hot take of the night, that Nick Foles, not Matty Ice. I think Matty Ice is not going to do very well in Indianapolis at all. And I think Nick Foles is going to wind up coming in, and he's going to lead them to the playoffs. I'm telling you that right now because
Is it just because of the coaching situation?
I think because of the coaching situation, but now, so here's the one thing that I feel has come back together again, and I allude to it when it was the Super Bowl. The Lord is going to be back in that locker room the right way, and I felt like that they had that they tried to do that with Carson Wentz, and Carson Wentz is not the minister that Nick Foles is. And
everything I could be wrong, but everything I've been reading from the wide receivers and such that Matt Ryan is doing, a phenomenal job. He's got the zip on the ball still. He's doing the progressions that they're doing with the OTAs. I mean, right now he is the number one, of course, with what they gave up. But right. I can see what you're saying.
I think he's past his prime. Hey, listen, I've been doing hot takes all week long. I literally told somebody on their podcast, to a Raiders fan, that the AFC West is way overrated, that they are not going to do as well as everybody thinks they are this year. So I'm full of hot takes.
Yes. How could you come up with that? I mean, it's the fact that you have the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the AFC Championship game for the last, 4-5 years, but yet they're overrated.
No, I'm not saying that they're overrated, but they definitely took a big step backwards.
What'd you say? You said overhyped? Why? Because they got rid of
the whole division is not going to do as well as everybody thinks. Everybody thinks it's going to be the hottest division in football, and I'm telling you, all those people are wrong. All those people are wrong. I feel like that the Chiefs are taking a step backwards. That they may win that division at like 10-7, 11-6. And that San Diego, Los Angeles, the other Los Angeles team is not going to do so well, as well. The Raiders themselves aren't going to do so well. I feel like the Raiders got rid of the two people that were keeping that franchise together, Mayock and their coach. The two people kept that franchise together last year. They got them to the playoffs and they let them go afterwards, both of them. Well, you know what? I think that they're going to flounder around, and I think, and I've been saying this all along, that Russell Wilson is past his prime, and he's going to go to Denver and just stink out loud.
Are you forgetting that the Raiders have that major pickup from the Packers? Was it Devontae Adams?
Yeah,
with Carr, and they played in college together, so they're going to have similar chemistry that Chase and Barrows have. I mean, that's the projection. I could see some improvement there. I just because Tyreek or Hill is no longer there in Kansas City, I think that the way Andy Reid, and Andy Reid, he's a good coach. He's not going to get rid of one of his prime products if he didn't have a plan B. So, I mean, I can see that the AFC West will be competitive in the division. I could see that. Now, to your point, they didn't have the top seed. Tennessee got it. But I wouldn't be surprised if that were to happen with, say, with Kansas City again. Although I think Kansas City has one of the toughest schedules, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, to that point, yeah. But as far as I agree with you with Russell, it's not that easy to play in Mile High. It's not easy. I do see maybe a bump for the Los Angeles Chargers, but I think
I see a bigger bump. I see a bigger bump with the Chargers more than ever is because of the discipline that they put forward last year, and saying that the head coach went for a couple of fourth downs and 4 to go, 10 to go, whatever it may have been, where they knew that they had screwed up. I mean, it's play calls like that made them lose those close games. So I think they've learned a little bit off of that, and I think they're going to be a lot further than what the Chiefs are. I think the Chiefs are still going to be in there as far as a playoff opportunity at wild card, but I see the Chargers coming in there hot and heavy this year more than ever.
And I know we haven't done
maybe they should play for the tie. So
now I want to take a step back too about the Colts and about Matty Ice. Are we going to get MVP Matty Ice, or are we going to get the second half of that New England Super Bowl Matty Ice?
you can't blame that. You can't really blame that on him.
I'm not.
So,
well, no.
Yeah,
I'm
that,
not. I'm
that
not,
second
no,
half,
no,
that second half of that Super
Defense.
Bowl.
I'm not.
It wasn't even the
that.
defense. I mean, but you have to think about exactly what happened in that Super Bowl.
Well,
There
Freeman
was
missed his block. That's what it
An
was.
hour and 15 minutes of time where the offense was not on the field. So they scored a touchdown. Brady was on like an 8-minute drive, threw an interception, and they ran it down back for a touchdown. And then he went on another 8-minute drive and, wound up kicking a field goal at the end of that half. And then got the ball back at the beginning of the first half and went on another 8-minute drive after that whole halftime show. So it was like an hour and 15 minutes that the offense was not on the field. And because of that, you get stagnant. You ain't going to be able to do
Yeah, when you're not on the field, of course.
So, but the thing is, I'm not blaming Matt Ryan for that. I'm not. However, psychologically, when you feel that, I mean, I know you guys remember that game Replacements, right? Where it's called Quicksand.
Oh, yes.
Quicksand.
I got it.
That's exactly what Matty Ice, when Freeman missed that block and it caused that fumble, it just started going bad. And not just for the offense. I'm talking about for the defense too, because the defense is what gave up the first overtime in the NFL, in the Super Bowl, gave up so many points, but it's the psychological damage that caused Matty Ice to lose that game. And he has not been the same since. Matter of fact, I don't even think the Atlanta Falcon organization has been the same ever since that second half. And it didn't help the fact that Kraft put 238 diamonds on that Super Bowl, 283 diamonds on that Super Bowl ring just to signify the score at that point before they came back. So I'm not blaming it. No, I'm not putting that all on Matt Ryan, but I'm just saying the psychological damage. But let's keep in mind that same year, he was the MVP of the NFL. And him and Drew Brees, they're almost the same. You never know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates.
I would take Matt Ryan.
You went from the Replacements to Forrest Gump. Come on now.
I would take Matt Ryan right now over that. I mean, his arm strength is a lot better. That's one thing that Matt Ryan, and that's why I think the players there in Indy are satisfied with that arm strength, is because they're seeing the zip in the ball still. So,
I mean, he has weapons around him.
Yeah, he's got quite a bit of a weapon.
He got what, Jonathan, and
plus he's got a run game.
That's what I mean. He has a running and receivers there.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I said, I'm really curious on which Matt Ryan is going to show up.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the game last year in the playoffs, and I mean, that's what separated, the Colts from getting to another round was the letdown of the quarterback play.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
So
it was pretty bad.
So, hey, real quick, guys, we have to take a quick break. We will be back in just over a minute, because I ain't going to do all the commercials because we have a lot to talk about. So we'll be right back in just 67 seconds.
The Hometown Foundation is excited to bring back the Dream Ride Experience, August 26th to the 28th at Connecticut's Farmington Polo Club. Join us in celebrating the accomplishments of our Dream Riders while enjoying live music, a car and motorcycle show, family fun zone, pet adoptions, canine demonstrations, the Fireman's Chili Cook-Off, and much, much more. Get your tickets today.
All right, I guess the other one didn't want to go.
I mean, you can see right now, without LeBron, Lakers are struggling.
Let me tell you about a team I hate, all right? I know the Dallas Cowboy fan is here, so I had to make sure he knew how much I hate this team.
I'm ready.
I've often said that the people who run baseball, they try very hard to ruin it.
Up from Brooklyn. I don't have a problem saying it to his face. Oh, from Brooklyn. Hey, isn't he?
Woo.
And we're back. Sometimes, sometimes the buttons just don't want to work for me.
Yeah, kind of like
real
me.
quick, Billy said that Matt Ryan had weapons in Atlanta. I don't know. I can't. There's no big names that pop out to me right now
Jones.
regarding Atlanta.
Yeah.
Freeman.
Julio was in Tennessee last year.
Yeah, but
Freeman was
saying-
there.
I don't know if he said last year.
Oh, you're talking about? Oh, right. Oh, okay. I was talking about last year. I'm sorry. You're talking about as a whole.
Yeah, and see, but the only thing was the head coaching. So
They did switch a lot. Oh, and yes, they did have Gonzalez as a tight end. Yes, they did.
but the thing was is that there was too many coaching changes.
Yes, facts.
Within the offensive side, there was no structure there that it just kept going, and especially with Dan Quinn, when Dan Quinn went out the door, it was just okay. Let's bring in some other talent in here at the coaching positions, and let's switch it all around for him.
Guys, let me quick. I know, Philly. I know you want to talk about something, and I just want to ask this last question: is it just me, or in the '80s, getting into the '90s, didn't they allow coaches to work out their full contracts? Because right off the bat, I'm thinking of the Parcells. I'm thinking of, although Hanley didn't last that long, but Reeves did, and Fossil, and even not Fox, because Fox was with the Broncos. The Coughlins, and then all of a sudden it got to, coaches being like iPhones, where they just upgrade every 2 years. Well, in the Giants' case, it was. I mean, the Chip Kelly experiment after with Reed, that was it lasted 2 years or 3 years?
I think it was more of a gentleman's agreement back then that they were sticking by. It wasn't so much so the contract itself. I think it was the ownership.
You guys had Landry for how long?
Yeah.
And then when he got let go.
Yeah. See, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it was more of a gentleman's agreement back then.
So what you got, Philly? What you want to talk about, man?
Oh, I was listening to you guys talk. I could talk about the Colts. Like I said, I think that Matty Ice is past his prime. I don't think that I don't care what you hear. I think he's going to have to perform. He's going to have to perform, and they don't. He's just going to get beat up. I think it's what's going to happen.
I still right now, like I said in the previous, I still have Tennessee taking the South. I still have them taking the South, and they're going to take it at least by 2 games.
See, and I do know that there are some Tennessee fans. Since we tried very hard to get a Colts fan and we couldn't find one of them, I do know that there are some Tennessee fans. There's only Tennessee fans in Tennessee, of course. They are all because nobody cares about the Titans outside of Tennessee. But yeah, they're like one of the only fan bases that do not have any fans whatsoever.
Well, I got a friend who's from Mexico who's a fan.
There you go. All right, so they have one guy, and he's
seriously considering going to Tennessee this year for the season opener with the New York Football Giants. I don't know what's up with these ticket prices for airfare. Good God.
Everybody's traveling again.
You need a layaway plan to get a damn plane ticket.
Yeah,
that's the gas.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you got to remember that jet fuel's way more than regular unleaded.
So I was planning on going to the Hall of Fame, but True Blue, unless you're going to come pick me up, it don't look like it's going to happen. The tickets itself, just for, I think it was like the 3 of us, it was like almost $2,000, and that's going to Cleveland and still driving an hour to Canton. Yep. So maybe next year. So
no.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to figure out if I'm driving or if I'm going to walk. I might just start walking to Canton because I tell you, I have a diesel and it's expensive.
Yeah. Oh my God, you got diesel?
I had diesel. Ooh. Diesel truck.
Yeah, buddy.
So Phil, you'll have to watch the rerun.
Oh yeah, you
because
just
we
missed
talked
it,
about this for about the first half hour. So,
and I don't know if you saw it, Philly. Gabe mentioned it was a second-round pick for Von Miller. I didn't know that the Colts traded for him. And did he not? He didn't play for him though, right? So basically, Von went to the Colts from the Broncos, right?
No, he went to the Rams, didn't he?
That's what I thought. Oh wait, I'm sorry. You're talking about the Rams not having a first-round bye. When we were talking about all that.
Yeah, the Rams traded their first-round picks. There's like 100 first-round picks that they trade. I think they have one in 2026. That's their next first-round pick.
And there's like teams that don't, like the Patriots. They normally don't have their first-round picks.
Well, they did that.
Detroit.
They did that. They would trade out of their first-round pick all the time because they were the last pick in the draft. So in the first round. So it didn't matter.
Makes sense. Okay.
You know what I mean? You trade that away. And you get like 3 other picks and, or a player or what have you. So that was the reason why they did that type of stuff.
So I do have a confession that, Philly, you already know about this. But, true, I was thinking about Philly today. He crossed my mind. It just so happened, I was very, blessed. I do have an office where we have a TV on, and it just so happened to be the Super Bowl that they won. Now I noticed you didn't say which one. I'm just saying you didn't say that. But anyway, yeah, that was a dig, and it felt good. But it just crossed my mind, and I just wanted to call Philly. I just happened to think about him.
I told him that he said it was still in the first quarter. I'm like, I'll break it to you. They won.
Right. And I was like, well, I was gonna make a bet and take the points. But see, in my mind, when I say take the points, meaning I was gonna pick the points that I didn't.
Well, see, last week on the NFL Network, you knew it was a slow week because of all the old repeats that they were putting on, not game wise, but they were putting on the old Super Bowl champions, I guess the little documentaries, the hour documentaries of Super Bowl winning teams and playoffs.
Is it the American games?
Yeah. And then seeing the coaches, and then every time Vince Lombardi, it's a 2-part series on the NFL Network. You got to watch both parts, and it's just so interesting, the mindset of the man, how he worked, and then you listen to some of the stuff that's said about Vince Lombardi and the culture that he brought with him, and the family, the friends, the relationship. It was football 24/7. And then you start to realize, hey, I sound kind of like that guy. It's, football, when football season is here, it's in my head, 24/7. And if my family's there, I got to do with, deal with the family for what I got, and then move back on to football.
Exactly. It's not only in our head, but it's in our blood.
Yes.
It is definitely in our blood.
Yes.
And do you remember in that, America, or like Football is Life story with Vince Lombardi, he was gifted a putter through the NFL because they won a championship. He didn't get a ring, or I don't know if he got the ring and the putter, but they gave him a putter.
Yeah. And then he had it downstairs in the basement.
Mm-hmm. And now had the parties, and
everybody are at the parties,
and they're all smoking. You can see the cloud of it's like a typical house, and they're all just going at it and drinking, and
and of course they bring up the stories, and it's just great to see that stuff.
I want to hear the stories live. I want to hear like
what it would be. You're not going to be able to get him from. You're not going to be able to tell any of those stories.
Who, Vince?
Vince is dead.
Well, see, that's
I could get a Ouija board and we could I ain't doing that.
That's a great thing about the Hall of Fame is when you go there, you just
stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. And then I'm going to put my house on second mortgage to get the plane tickets to fly out to Canton. And then I'll be like, we'll watch the Hall of Fame for food, signs and stuff. No, don't do that.
Yeah,
don't do that.
That's why I said I'm going to start walking now.
And then, then you get into the little theater room where they start playing the old documentaries, and you'll just sit there for an hour or 2 hours, and you don't even know how far time's gone.
You know what? Go ahead.
Now, I just because this question just popped into my head because as you were saying that, does the sound that one sound from dun 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 dun, is that the sound that you like the moment that's football?
Yeah, the Monday night theme.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
When
that's
the horns start blaring. That's
bum,
it.
bum, bum, bum.
Yep. That's
Howard
when you
Cosell,
know.
baby. Howard Cosell. It's just that error. Yeah, exactly. The late 70s, even as a little kid, and you hear that sound. My dad, I remember just seeing my dad would always rush home from Monday Night Football, and you hear that sound come on, those horns blare. And I think my favorite part was because you couldn't watch all the games back then. You couldn't see. You had to wait till the Monday night highlight in order to capture everything. And this is before, ESPN and everything else. So you had, at least here in Texas, you had to stay awake at least until 9:30, 9:45 to see the highlights of all the games. And that's what I would do. My dad would let me sit in the corner and just watch that little section and then send me off to bed.
For me, I remember in the NFL, like if you didn't have a sellout, you got blacked out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't know how many, like there were numerous times that the television station would buy the tickets.
Yep.
So that they could put it on TV.
Yeah.
What I miss the most, and I think ESPN did us a disservice when they got rid of prime time with Chris Berman, Tom Jackson.
Oh, great.
It was after, I would watch the highlights on Sports Center, and then after the fact, you would have prime time, and they would diagram and they would talk about each game. And I think like when they stopped doing, then now they call it the Blitz. What?
Yeah.
What? ESP, you're killing me, Smalls.
Yeah, Chris Berman
Chris
Berman and Tom Jackson were just a unique configuration, the way they would feed off of each other.
Yep.
But and then Chris Berman getting into the highlights themselves, and it was just.
And they're not gonna get him. Oh, all the time. or you hear the
rumbling, stumbling, bumbling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
All the Bermisms, I guess.
But
if he could just keep his hands to himself, he probably would still be doing it.
What? Is that what happened?
Yeah. He was grab ass in the wrong ass.
I did not know that. I thought he just retired.
No, he was handed his hat, as they would say.
Oh
wow.
I know that the guys that are doing it now, Steve, what's his name from ESPN, the guy with the glasses, bald head, real big tall guy.
Oh yeah, but he's not doing. He's just doing.
He's trying
sports.
to.
Yeah,
but the thing where I'm leading with this is that you have all these analysts trying to do what these older guys and the older generation, but they don't know how to carry themselves. It's repetitive business. It's okay to be repetitive, but you got to have your own cliche, and you can't have your own cliche without mentioning somebody else. And it's just
right. Yeah, John Stewart? Not John Stewart. Well, no, was it? No, who was the gentleman that passed away with cancer? I can't believe I forgot his name. It was Stewart.
Stuart Scott.
Stuart Scott. Yes.
Yeah. Stuart Scott was incredible.
I mean, as cool as the other side of the pillow. What?
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
Yep.
And when he said that, you're like, holy shit, that dude's cool. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, you're like, that's a cool motherfucker.
The other one, yeah, his other one was bring out the butter. I smell toast.
I smell toast. Oh my God.
And when, I mean that was the thing with those guys, that Stuart Patrick, Patrick, what's his name?
Yeah.
Dan Patrick. There you go. Thank you. Dan Patrick, who even has his show right now, his podcast and his studio show and everything. And, I was watching his on how he broke away from ESPN because he wanted more family time, but he was able, he was the guy who was bringing sports to the people the way that they need. It was like bar talk with him.
Actually, I think he was the one that says, we're not going to, I think that was him that.
Yeah.
Yes, that was exactly it. They're not going to get him.
Yeah.
Yep. But see, that's the thing. and you have all these analysts now coming out. I mean, look at the deal that Tom Brady's received. He's still playing football. Look at nobody's even heard one lick. I mean, I'm sure that they had to have some kind of,
training or something.
Audition that all these NFL guys go through.
I wonder if I wonder if he'll restructure his contract to get a good,
Well, you heard the Fox president or CEO. Yeah, oh yeah, that's what we're paying him. That's what we're paying him. But again, I mean, there is a I guess clinic for these guys who are moving from the NFL game itself to broadcasting, and all these guys go through it and they try and get. Not everybody makes it, but the guys who do make it, it's kind of rough at the very beginning, but listening to these games now, they're so dull. It's like, I mean, look at it. Just listen.
To be honest, I don't mind Joe Buck. I know people don't like him. I know people don't like Aikman and Joe Buck. I don't mind them.
I actually like Aikman in the booth.
You do or don't?
I like Aikman in the booth. I think he's probably one of the best ones in the booth.
And I'm surprised, but I'm not really surprised how good Romo is doing.
Now I thought Romo did great initially, and then they silenced him.
Remember,
yep.
You got to pull it back some. You got to pull it back some because you got to respect the other people that are on.
No, you ain't got to respect nobody. You're talking about football.
That's what I know.
Call the plays.
That's exactly.
Call the plays. That was amazing watching him do that.
That's exactly what I'm saying. But that was his thing. But they had to take it away because the other guys that wanted to get involved, from the front line reporting down on the sideline to
bad.
I mean, you listen to it now, and he knows when to throw it.
I can't stand Booger.
No, I'm sorry. And yeah, I don't like the Cowboys, but Witten was something else. Witten was like, when you get the ball and you go 10 yards, that's a first down.
Unless you need 11 to go.
Yeah. Yes. What are you talking? And Booger be like, well, when you run the inside straight and you go inside, that's called a post. No, yeah, Booger. Thank you. We know what a post. But I would take Booger over Witten any day. I'm sorry,
man. I'll tell you what. That the one game, 20. It was when Amari Cooper first came with us, and it was his first game. Tennessee Titans, Monday Night Football, and Booger's in front of that cart, kind of like where we were sitting at last time, Philly. Yeah. Right in the same spot. I was just on the sideline this time, same spot, but on the sideline, and Booger was in that cart that moved back and forth from the opposite side. And the whole time he's just turned around yelling at people and people yelling at him.
Yeah, because he's blocking the play.
Yeah. And I'm glad that they got rid of that. It was
because you got your people paying money, big money to sit in those seats to watch the back of his head. Get out of here.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that good.
Well, that was one of the worst mistakes that he has.
It's bad enough you got the camera that you got to deal with.
I'm going to say it. The worst mistake ESPN ever did when they put Rush Limbaugh on primetime in the morning. That was one of the worst things that they ever did.
Tried him on Monday Night Football and that didn't work.
On Monday Night Football too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that must have been while I was in the Army.
Yeah, it didn't last very long. And but I wasn't a real big fan of what's his face either. Not Leary.
Miller. Dennis Miller.
Yeah,
me neither. Yeah, me neither.
Kornheiser.
Now the one half of
Kornheiser, I don't even understand how he has a show. It's like it's
no, pardon the interruption, is a good show. It was a good show. I was biased.
Pardon me, you're wrong.
That's my show, and I will fight to the death defending that show.
You can keep
Wilbon and Kornheiser. Yes,
no, Wilbon I like.
That's both of them. You know what? Both of them.
No, Wilbon I can get with. It's the other one.
I'm not even a big fan of Wilbon. I feel like Wilbon is like that. The same. He's a little bit.
He's a Chicago homer.
Yeah,
the same guy. Same guy who does the weather. What's his name? Al Roker.
The one thing I'll say that I will not agree with Wilbon is when he went to the Cubs game and he had that jersey tucked in when he had that first pitch. Whoever let him go out there like that needs to be fired. You never tuck in a jersey. I don't care what jersey it is.
No. See, now I disagree with that. You don't tuck in a baseball jersey unless you're
You
wearing
don't,
baseball
tuck,
pants.
you don't tuck in a football jersey either. Why do you
Oh
tuck
no,
in?
I absolutely tuck.
Well, because you have your uniform on.
Well, yeah, that's kind of like
No. But when I'm wearing a jersey, I'll.
That's right, you do. When you're in the draft, yeah, you had.
Well,
I'm a tucker.
You're in costume though.
Look,
Yeah,
what
but
you
when-
do
so
on your
when I'm
spare
doing-
time,
when I'm wearing
that's
football
your business.
pants, I absolutely am going to tuck. But when I'm wearing my jersey and like jeans, I tuck it in.
Whatever you do on your spare time, we love you.
Hey, the one thing I want to get. Yeah. Oh yeah. John Madden for sure, buddy.
You lost me and you said I'm a tucker. I'm like this.
One of the big things that I want to see done in the NFL is the camera angles. I think the NFL needs to get a lot better with their cameras. And I'm talking about stable cameras that are filming in the direction that they need to film at all times, just that are stationary, that don't move.
Well, I kind of feel like that they need so you have the one camera that's up above.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see a couple of different ones of those.
Correct.
And I understand that that they have the technology now.
Of course.
That they could have 2 or 3 sets of cameras.
Yeah.
Doing that.
Yeah. The goal line, the whatchamacallit, sitting there.
All I'm going to say is we're talking about tucking, and then we start talking about camera angles. This is the wrong show. That's all I'm like, wait, what are we?
I'm talking cameras for the NFL. So the goals cameras, yes.
They made a tuck rule, you know that, right?
And then the tuck rule.
Oh my god.
Thank goodness it's not snowing.
See, if you're going to start trying to make fun, learn how to spell there, Chris.
Do you
took in your pajamas?
You took in, yeah. Chris,
learn how to spell there, buddy.
When you clown, I get that all the time too. I get that all the not from Chris, not from Chris. Shout out Chris, Cowboy fan. He lives out here. Is a good dude.
What's up, buddy?
Good dude. You got to go to his house and you got to sign his wall too. And that's both of you, not just True Blue. That's both.
I'll be. Well, you know what? I don't know that I'm going to be there this year.
I know. God, they really screwed us over.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one here. And it's interesting because the one thing that I did notice is that you guys play the Colts on New Year's.
On New Year's Day, yeah. Yep. We were going to go to that too.
I hear Indianapolis is really nice that time of year.
No, it's in
the good thing is the good thing is you can take you everything's underground, so you can take the train anywhere you got to go to get there.
What if I go to
Indianapolis?
Yeah, Indianapolis. Yeah, so
I've only driven through. I haven't been there yet. So
yeah, you get out of your hotel. Your hotel goes straight down.
He said I hit sand too early. It's all right. It happens to the best of us.
Oh man, another hour's already down.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been an hour, and I'd like to thank all the Colts fans for tuning in. For that. I mean, it was great having you guys on to talk about your team. I really do appreciate it because, like I said, all week long I've been trying to get a Colts fan, and I couldn't find any.
And don't forget to tuck, and make sure you have the right camera angle. That's all you gotta
well, next week is Nashville, or.
Next week we talk about the Titans.
Right on.
We're gonna tighten up our belts to talk about
camera angles and the tuck.
I ain't talking no more. I'm done.
Yes,
I am done.
This is all downhill from here.
I am done.
So listen, everybody, we appreciate you all hanging in, and
Let's go Giants.
We'll be back next week.
Ow!
How about them Cowboys?
Commanders.
Woo-wee.